what separates you from the other defensive player of the year candidates? Like, what's the like? Paint the picture of you and the other defensive candidates.
I think for me, just never being a liability in any situation, and no matter what the situation is defensively, I'm fit for it. And I think, if there's anything that separates me from the rest of the guys, which, by the way, Evan Mobley, incredible defender, has incredible tools, incredible length, great shot blocker. Dyson, incredible defender. What he's doing on the steal front, got to take your hat off to him. Trip, my young fella, incredible defender. What he does protecting the rim, special. But I think for me personally, I protect the rim. I can guard the pick and roll. I can trap the pick and roll and still guard my man without help, which I think is a skill that I have in the NBA that I don't think anyone else possesses. I don't think there's anyone in the NBA that can trap Damian Lillard on the ball screen and get back to Giannis when Giannis catch the ball in the pocket with no help. I don't think there's anyone can do that. And so in turn, being able to guard two guys in one possession and not force someone to have to help me, I think that covers up a lot of mistakes. I think that saves a lot of energy for guys that don't need to make extra rotations. And so I think that's what separates me largely. And then also my basketball IQ. I think I see plays way before they happen. I can spot something, I can sniff something out in a heartbeat. And I'm quick enough, I'm strong enough to react and address the issue. If that's the guy I want to come downhill and deliver a blow, and when I say deliver a blow, I mean that shoulder, I can take the shoulder and still hold my ground. If that's a guy, he's fast and he's trying to get downhill, I'm quick enough to get downhill with him and still get an attempt, try to affect a shot at the rim. And so I think that's what separates me from guys, is just being able to obviously guard positions 1 through 5 nightly, no matter who that 1 is or who that 5 is. But like I said, just my IQ and reading the plays, I take a great deal of pride in fucking up your favorite team's offense. As much as I enjoy locking one guy down, I take more pride in locking your entire offense down and making your offense, your coach have to figure something else out, making your offense have to make adjustments. I take more pride in that. And so for me, there's a lot of pride in how you guarding your matchup, how you guarding the ball. But I almost enjoy more messing up your offense from the weak side. I think when you start talking about guys who can guard the ball and guys who can be great help side defender, I think I'm elite at all of that.
I love it. I love it.
I think that's what separates me.
I agree. I would say when you're looking at the candidates, a lot of the candidates are help side defenders, weak side shot blockers, plug in the hole, great defenders, get a lot of blocks or get a lot of steals, but it's not on ball.
Yep.
For you, if I'm a coach and we're playing against the Warriors, of course I'm worried about Steph Curry. But I'm also worried about Draymond Green, right? And I think the one thing that you said that you take it to another notch is you're a disruptor. It's not just the pick and roll. It's the pick and roll, the backdoor cut. You find your way into the mix in every play. And so just like offense, which I think, you're involved in every play, but defensively, you're involved in every play and what's happening on the weak side,
100%.
right? And I think that disruptor, right, is what really separates you, because in order to disrupt someone's ecosystem, you have to know what everybody does.
Yep.
And a lot of times people get credit for being, good defenders on teams that win, score a lot of points, things like that. But you got to look at, where's the disruption? When a coach comes in and they're going over a scouting report, coaches usually don't go over defense of players. That's one that separates you, because you have to be in the pregame discussion going into the game because you cause commotion from the time the game starts. So they gotta pay attention to Draymond Green. Not only is he a great defender, but he'll talk you out your game. He'll foul you out your game. He'll push you out your game. He'll talk shit to the coach. He'll call one of your plays out in the most opportune time, right? And that's intelligence. And so intelligence, I just want people to know intelligence is something that is earned.
Mm-hmm.
It's earned. It's like a PhD.
Yep. That part.
And so I got to give you that, like your PhD, from a defensive, just intelligence perspective.
I appreciate that, man.
Dr. Defense.
Let's go.
That's hard.
That's
hard. We need some Dr. Defense. We need some Dr. Defense signs. Come on, man, and Chase.
Let's get it. Speaking of Defensive Player of the Year, I think somebody said to me the other night, which is always a constant reminder. They asked me a question: is it crazy that Tim Duncan never won a Defensive Player of the Year? Which I couldn't believe.
I can't believe that either.
Well, let me take that back. I can believe it because I knew it, but I still can't believe the fact that Timmy D never won a Defensive Player of the Year award. It's crazy. It makes no sense to me, but they were kind of asking me why. And what I wanted to ask you is, a la Tim Duncan, are there any other players in the league that you're surprised has never won a Defensive Player of the Year award?
Kenyon Martin.
Kmart was a hell of a defender.
Kenyon Martin.
I saw
Kenyon Martin was a lot like you, bro.
Yeah, he
was a lot like,
and then he switch on to Kobe.
Man, he switched on to me, and if he foul you, you getting fouled.
It's a hard foul.
And so you got to think about, when somebody like that's going to foul you hard, guard you hard, and will push you in the stands and ready for the scrap. So there's a certain okay, I got to become a little bit softer.
That part.
In my approach with a Kenyon Martin. I say Kobe too.
Kobe definitely should have won a
because
Defensive Player of the Year.
He picks up every challenge, every superstar. If it's two superstars, right? He stepped up to the challenge. And I think a lot of times, when people looking at defenders, they looking at, oh, he scored this, or Kobe and T-Mac matched up, and they looking at the offense, and it's like Kobe may have 30, T-Mac may have 40, but you gotta look at the game to see how he stepped up to the challenge.
Absolutely.
A defender don't care about getting crossed up or dunked on or the game-winning shot, because I'm gonna win more of those than I lose, but they gonna play those highlights forever,
Mm-hmm.
And then I would probably say,
before you say another one, I'm gonna just give you a hidden gem. Makes complete sense of why Kenyon Martin is the way he is. That brother was born in Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he got that.
Kmart from the Sag?
Kmart was born in Saginaw, Michigan.
Okay, Kmart.
Got that Saginaw water, that Saginaw blood. And we just cut a different way. So shout out to Kmart. Shout out to Kmart.